This morning on The Dish, a culinary whiz kid who's already making his mark. Born and raised in South Florida, Jeremy Salamon started cooking at age 7. Knew he wanted to become a chef by age 9, and at 13 started his own cooking blog to connect with other like-minded teens.
He came to New York to attend the prestigious Culinary Institute of America, got jobs at top restaurants, and then at just 24 was named executive chef of the Eddy in New York's East Village, showcasing food specialties from his family's Hungarian heritage. He's now earned a second executive chef position at Wallflower, featuring French regional cuisine. Chef Jeremy Salamon, good morning. Welcome to The Dish. We are in love with this table.
Yes, we are.
I'm so glad.
Tell us what's here.
So, can I start with dessert?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Amazing.
I'm always in favor of that.
So this is Sacher Torte. It's a traditional Austrian torte, also my grandmother Agi's favorite. It's filled with apricot jam and finished with a chocolate ganache. Over here we have stuffed cabbage. However, it's a vegetarian stuffed cabbage, so it contains pecans and rice finished with some pickled raisins. We have a beef tartare, so kind of a take on a beef tartare, if you will, finished with some horseradish and chopped egg. Pork schnitzel, which is the highlight of this table, which is just breadcrumbs, egg, flour, very traditional, served with some lemon. And down yonder is our radicchio salad with Tokai poached pears.
I would have to say this little number here.
Oh yeah, this is by far the star of the table here.
Yes,
So
that's
cheers. This is our Tokai cobbler, finished with a little bit of dry sherry.
A cobbler.
Oh my gosh, that is really good.
Yeah.
First of all, I have to say, when you told your mom at the age of 9, mind you, that you wanted to be a chef, was she receptive to that idea?
She, the day before that, I wanted to be an actor, and so I don't think she realized I was making a commitment that day. So yeah, she took it pretty well. She was like, okay, great, let's do this.
So what was the first real cooking job for you then?
My first real cooking job was at a country club, actually my grandparents' country club.
Grandmother got you the job, right?
Yeah, Nana Arlene begged the chef to let me peel potatoes. So I started when I was 11, and I would go after school, peel potatoes, and then I graduated to scooping sorbet into martini glasses.
You literally worked in the freezer?
Yeah, they would hand me a freezer jacket, and for about an hour, and I had like a few-minute break in between, and I'd put on music and scoop sorbet.
Were you drawn to Hungarian cooking? That's your grandmother's background. Were you drawn to it then, or did that come later?
That came much later. I was always intrigued by Grandma Agi's cooking, but it wasn't until I was about 16, 17 that I started to take an interest in my heritage.
Did she do a hard sell on Hungarian cooking, or was she kind of mysterious about it?
Very mysterious about it. She didn't really want to revisit her past, but it kind of came out in her cooking. So it would be a bowl of goulash next to a wedge salad with Russian dressing or Thousand Island dressing, or a steak next to a schnitzel. So it was always, very American, very Hungarian.
Your history in terms of just the Eddy alone. Yeah. You started as a line cook, and 4 years later, you were the top chef?
Yeah, which is pretty crazy now that you're telling me. No,
you hadn't thought of it.
I really haven't. No, just time flies by and you don't really think about it. But yeah, I started as a line cook, then became a sous chef, tried escaping, went to go travel for a bit, and then I got a call to come back.
When you escaped, you say, when you traveled, that was when you got some of this Hungarian cooking, though, right?
Yeah, I went to go visit my family in Budapest. I hadn't seen them in a very long time. So I went to about 2 months. I stayed with them, also traveled to Austria, and then went to Paris, just for saying I went to Paris.
Right, right.
But yeah, it was pretty incredible. It was nothing that you have this idea that when you go to Europe, you're gonna have this like fantasy eat, pray, love experience, right? And it was just totally nothing that I had imagined. It was even better.
At the Eddy, you're actually serving some of your grandmother's recipes?
Correct. Yeah, we're actually both my grandmothers. So there's a little bit of like a Jewish influence and a Hungarian influence. So we're doing schnitzel, makes it onto the menu, or rantatush, as you would call it in Hungarian. Stuffed cabbage, although it's not a pork stuffed cabbage, it is it's my version of stuffed cabbage.
I love that you said that you want to preserve your grandmother's Hungary.
I do. There's not many Hungarians like my grandmother left, and I want to preserve her cooking, but in a new way.
And that's the best way to do it. Kind of introduce it to everyone. And as you or we introduce the dish to you and you sign it, who would you have this meal with?
I would have this meal with my Hungarian grandfather, who unfortunately passed away when I was much younger. So he's the only immediate family member that I never had the opportunity to cook for. So I probably would want to share this with him.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, Chef Jeremy, we so appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And thank you. And I always like to show the dish. Look at the signature. Isn't that nice?
That's a nice one.
Very nice.
Thank you. Cheers.
And for more on Chef Jeremy and the dish, head to our website at cbsthismorning.com.